Right, and welcome back everyone to the channel. So, today I'm going to have a little talk about War Thunder and the new update that just came out. It's not a big update, it was a pretty small one, but it was a pretty impactful update, and people, as you can see, I've got some stuff on that I'm going to talk about. I'm going to do some gameplay as well, but right now I'm just going to talk. Mainly, people have went towards this and thought it's a good update, and I understand why people like it, and I think it's a good update. I think it's needed. But nobody's really talked about the pricing. Now, War Thunder's never really been good when it came to pricing, and just to demonstrate why I'm saying that is this here, you know, this is what you call overpricing, like by a good 4,000 eagles. If you want this tank, you better be coughing out 10,000 eagles to get this tank. But 10,000 to buy that, and then another 5 or 6,000 to buy this is, in my eyes, an absolute ridiculous amount of money to spend. 10,000 eagles will set you back about 40 quid. If I'm rightly speaking, that's like £35, right? So take this tank alone, fairly, is about £35, which is about $60 for a tank, okay? And then you have to buy this. That's another $20. Another $40, just say. $30, something like that. Now, if this was 5,000 and this was 5,000, I would say, yeah, fair enough. That's pretty fair. But the pricing is ridiculous, I'm sorry. But we're not talking about that, we're talking about this pricing. The pricing they have done to the customization. I bought this, right? I'm sorry, War Thunder. You must, I know you can put it in every tank, but 2,000 eagles for 6 bushes is a ridiculous price. 1,000 for the small ones is stupid. It should be 500 for the small ones and 1,000 for the big ones. And road signs and that are 500 as well. Who's going to pay this? Like, what person in the right mind is going to pay for two of them? It's 500 eagles. I bought them. I'm sorry. Like, this it's ridiculous that people are expected to pay that much for something so small. We're gonna get into a game, and I want to rant about it because it is ridiculous. War Thunder have got more money hungry in the past year than I've ever seen by putting up prices and things, and generally just being a bit of a scumbag. And people are afraid to say it because the videos wouldn't shut down. Hardly anybody watches my videos, so it's not like it's going to get blow up or that. But otherwise, yeah, generally it used to be really, premium used to be, I think it was like 100 eagles for a day. Now it's like 190. They've made it odd numbers so that you have to buy a more. Now, I'm using the Yai Panther on a map. It's not great, let's be honest. I'm playing this as a talk, so I could probably get. I don't play realistic enough. I don't play War Thunder enough to be any good at the game anymore. So yeah. So don't expect me to come out with like 18 kills. I'll probably die straight in. But right now, this is a good setup for this. Right, this is about the best I could set this up on the front to make it look a little bit good. And you know what? It looks okay. It looks okay. I wish I could have some more on the top. I couldn't manage to fix it. I might try and review Figma later on, but right now that's the best you're going to get. Now, as you can see in this game, how many people are using this camera stuff? I'm probably the only player using it because I'm the only idiot that bought it. If you bought it for 500 when it was down, then good for you. That was a good idea. I was going to do that, then I realised that it's not going to go up in price, is it? Yeah, 2,000 eagles is a ridiculous amount of money to pay for a bit of aesthetic that works 10% of the time. On a map like this isn't going to work as well. We'll see how it goes. We're not going to push. This is mainly for TDs as well, so we're going to look and see if we find a spot that we think is pretty good. This seems like it'd be a pretty nice spot. I'm in the bushes. Yeah, you might not be able to see me inside there. Is this OP? Is this OP as a weapon, or is this pay to win? This is the question. This is the main question I think nobody's answered. Is this pay to win? Do people think this is pay to win to have this? It's hard to say, mainly because it's somewhat. So in simulator battles, you sit round about here, right? It doesn't really block your view, so it's not a big deal. No, actually, never mind. You don't sit there anymore. You sit a bit closer into the barrel. So, like 2 minutes. Let's see if I can see anyone. Nobody just yet. So how visible am I from this? How visible am I? Am I the most visible person in the world, or am I invisible? Let's just see. Now, is this pay to win? It could be answered that it is like we will determine in this game. You know, some lobbies or maps are going to be better for the camouflage than others. Poland is one of the maps I think you probably wouldn't use this, mainly because you're just a driving bush, and it's probably worse than just playing as a normal tank. But there's no one see. I don't want to push up too hard because I'm a tank destroyer, so we are meant to not really push up too hard. Might push up to the fallen line, but I could. Honestly, I've played this tank before with this cam on it, and I tore up a lot of people. Generally, it was a very easy thing to do. I kind of sat in a bush, and people really didn't know where to shoot on me because they couldn't see my tank that well. And I would say if you can put this tank in a good spot with shade and some bushes around it, you're generally really hard to see. The only time you really notice them is when a puff of cloud comes off when they shoot. But other than that, they're generally, like I said, pretty hard to see, and you know, generally you can't spot them. TDs are probably the best for this. I would say using it on anything else is pretty pointless because TDs generally just sit back and don't push. But I'm pushing because it's a bit boring now. But yeah, do I think it's OP? But it's hard to say. It's hard to say. In some watts, I would say yes, it's very pay to win. But in other situations, I would say it's not at all. It's generally a quite hard thing. Do I think the price is overpriced? Yes, it's just ridiculously overpriced. Is, you know, 500 Eagles was, you know, pushing it at the best for something. But no, yeah, they're generally that's a ridiculously overpriced. So, credit that. See if we can angle our arm a little bit. Did he run away? He's still there. So how visible are we? Not really that visible. We'll see how many people takes time to spot me. You know, watch me get one-shotted. There, took out the T-44s, mainly got one crew left, so he's probably going to struggle to do much now. Can't really see. Try to spot this tank. Now, playing at the same time, I don't think this video is going to get many views, but I want to talk about it. It was a bit of a rant. I don't think it was the right idea. It was a cool update, but I think they've misplaced this update because when you looked at the patch before it came out, it kind of looked like you could put armor anywhere you like. They didn't really make it clear. Maybe people did. Maybe I didn't read it right. Maybe I didn't read it properly. Fair enough, but I think the armor thing is just a little bit pointless generally. You know, it looks cool, but you know, 17mm of armor usually isn't going to help. It's not like it's spaced, it's just plated on top. So generally I don't think it will help much. And people are really excited for this patch. I generally don't give a fuck. I play War Thunder occasionally, and generally War Thunder has gradually got downhill for the past a year now. Just gradually got worse and worse, and it is getting worse and worse. Like that in an update is just not good enough. I know they just released a new patch; it was pretty big, but generally the patches are just becoming poorer and poorer, mainly because they're working on a new game. Oh, I got one-shotted by an IS-2. What a fucking surprise! Where was he? There we go. Our team letting us hang there. Oh, we're back to that, so we can't take anything else out. So back to hangar. So generally, I don't want this video getting long because it's a bit of a pain in the arse. But it's overpriced, and you know, I think War Thunder know this. Guys didn't know this is overpriced, but they know they can get away with it because they don't really give a fuck. The way I see this now is this is the way I see it. Gaijin have given up on this game, like generally just given up on it. They don't really want to support it, but they have to at the moment. It feels like they have to support the game, but they don't want to. They can't be bothered supporting it. They think what I get out of this is that they want the game to slowly die so they can go and process other games. And the new game that's come out is like CrossFit or something like that, and it's pretty mediocre. It looks like a pretty poor game. I don't think it'll do well personally. It's got some cool concepts like creating your own vehicles and that, but generally I don't think it'll do that well. And I really like Gaijin. They've done a really good job with this game, but it's got worse. It's really got worse, and you can tell it in many ways. That was my mistake to die there. But NIS 2 is apparently one shot everyone. They one shot you for days on days and days and days. Do I think this game will get fixed? No, I think this game will. I think it's gonna die. I think this game is gonna die on its arse. No, it's borderline hard to get a game in realistic flight now. More people play it for tanks now, and the game's it's built on a fucking flight model. Like it's a flight engine. It makes no sense. Well, that's it. I'm done with the rant. I just wanted to get it out of the way, mainly because it really pissed me off, this update. It looks cool. Look at this. Look at this SU-85. It looks badass. And you know what? You know, if that's sitting in shade, you probably can't spot that. You know, you're not going to see that, are you? But it's unnecessary for the fucking price. You know, what was the best one I had? I think it was a T50. T-34 was one of my best ones, yeah. That there is a pretty good camouflaged vehicle, but for the price, it's not worth it. It's not worth 2,000 eagles. Even if I can put camo on every single one of my tanks, it's not worth it. Because most of the tanks can't put it in certain places. What was it? What tank was it? I think it was the IS-1, actually. Had a real fucking problem with me putting... Let's just take this one off, right? Take it off. Had a real fucking problem with me putting this on. Oh, it's working now. Oh, thanks guys, it's great. You know, some of the stuff is there. Look, he said I couldn't put it in front of the viewport, but then I can put it on front of the viewport. It makes no sense. It doesn't work that way. Like, if I put it down like an inch and it's still covering the viewport, but apparently it's not covered, it doesn't make sense. It's overpriced. If they bring the prices down, I can see it being good, but right now it's not. It's pay to win. Generally, I'm going with the way it's pay to win. If people say it's not, then fuck off. I don't care. But if you look at it my way, you know. If you can afford this like I can, and you can hide in bushes, which I done a game where I should have actually done recorded a game where I fucking thrashed with it, but honestly, yeah, I'm done behind about it. This game it's getting dying. Well guys, thanks for watching. I'm trying to record some Fallout at the moment. It's bugging out again. I genuinely don't know what to do with that game. I really want to record it. I done one episode. I'm trying to get another one recorded and make a bit more effort into it, some more cinematics and stuff like that. I'm kind of going down the line that General Sam does, and I kind of want to do it that way, but we'll fucking see. But I can't get the game to work at the moment. It's really been a pain in the arse. I was going to record it there, but it didn't boot up, and I was just like, I'm not restarting my computer. It can fuck off. I'm just going to record this and talk about this now, and then I'll try and figure it out in the morning. So guys, if you like this video and you want to see some more from me, leave a like and a comment. I plan on probably getting a new mic, a better mic. This one's a bit fuzzy, but we'll see how it goes. Right, see you next time.
Bye.